Hi, we are in our class Moodle for Teachers EVO 18. If you see up above in the blue areas, these are tabs or drop-down boxes. And you can see here you have different tabs with different headlines. This is actually the actual course itself. And we are in week 3 because that's the week of February 3rd, that ends on February 3rd. And if we're a student, we would hit on week 3 and we can find a video and we can find a little checklist and we can find here these green comment boxes are assignments with forums. We can find our progress boxes. We can go back to week 2 or we can go forward to week 4. And this is the meat and potatoes of the course. This is what you actually need to do in order to do the actual work for this week 3 of this course. However, we could technically give you connections to other parts of the course to make it easier for you to either write down notes or for you to post a blog or for you to keep a portfolio or for you to go see YouTubes that are related or for you to read forum posts of other people or for you to see who's in your class, or for you to have a calendar, or for you to see the videos, or for you to see badges. There's a lot more to this course than actually appears on this view of Moodle for Teachers. This is the assignments that you need to do for week 3. But if you hit this button right here, which shrinks down your assignment page, which you're going to see. It's going to shrink it right now. I'm seeing a lot more information that has nothing that you need to do for your assignment. But on the margins, on the left and the margins are on the right, is information that could potentially be useful for a student when completing an assignment or when just looking around the page to see what kind of information is available for me as a student. So always remember, the middle column is the assignment. And here we have it nicely labeled, week 2, week 3. And these are the activities you need to do to complete it. And on the margins, if you look carefully, you will see it outlined with I don't know, a square or rectangular. You'll see these little gray markings around everything. This is called a block. So if I just go here on the left, I see 1 block, I see 2 blocks, I see 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, 6 blocks. I've got 6 blocks on my left, and each block has a title. So next to this little icon, I've got the title of what this block is called. And next to this one, I have another, and next to this, I have another. This is not really looking like a block. I mean, it looks like a puzzle piece, but I've got people, I've got online users, and I've got comments. So the little animated drawing is different, but they're all considered blocks. Now, if I go to the right side, I've got another block, because I know it's a block because it's all in gray, and a second block, and a third block, and a fourth block, and a fifth block. So I have actually, it's doesn't have to be designed with 5 blocks on each side, but this is what's available for you. And you can explore every block on your own. You just click on it. You can click on the icon It looks like just clicking on the icon, or you could click on whatever photos are available or whatever words are there, and you explore it, and you will find out what each of these blocks with their designated titles can do. Another thing related to each of these blocks are these tiny little markings here. This one is going to open or expand it. See, it cut down that little subscribe button, and now it shows it. This one too. Cuts it down, and now it's big. I'm going to cut it down. Now I'm going to expand it. I'm going to open. I can click on participants, and I'm going to close it. Okay? So I kind of think it's nice, Why should I have all this clutter? I don't like having all this clutter unless I'm going to use it. So I've got this too. I've got announcements, screencast, upcoming events. Ooh, I want to close that. Portfolio. Okay, now I have a different view of my blocks. It's a lot easier to see. And I could also always hit this where I won't see any blocks. But I like to see the blocks in shorthand. Another thing I could do to make the view easier for me is I could hit these buttons. You see the gray button on every single one. Okay, what that gray button is actually an arrow, and it's going to click it and take this whole block and put it on your left like a tab, just like a notebook tab. So I'm going to click it, and I have to actually make my screen a little smaller for you to see it. But there it is. It doesn't appear in my margin. I'm going to go like this. It looks just like a notebook now. This is also a really nice way to use everything, because this way you don't have to see it. When you're doing an assignment, you don't need to see all this stuff unless you actually need it. Right? So then I can just go down here and I can scroll. Oh, I can just put my cursor on it, and look at that. I can see every single block as a tab, making it much easier for me to see the assignments that's due for week 3. It's just a nice way to view things this way. And if I want to explore anything in particularly, I could just click on it and drag my cursor and see what it looks like. Or I can go back here, right, and I can do the arrow that says it's putting it to the right, and there it is. Let's say I want to just explore it. I'm going to explore it. Oh, I have to hit maybe this, and I could hit week 2. You can just keep on going, and here it tells me any information I want about this badge. Here I got some badge expiry, badge details. Okay, it's not so important to me, and now I want, and I see that it's actually taking me. Here's this called a breadcrumb. It's taking me from where I was at the home page all the way through here down to the badge information. So I don't really want that. I'm going to go back to where I was. I was actually in week 3. Let's see if we can get there. No. So I have to go back. There's probably another way to get there. Sorry. But I'm going to go back here to where we originally were. And I have to go into week 3. So here we are. I don't really want to see the badges. I'm putting them away on the left side. I can't erase the block, but I can put it to the side. And activities is a really nice one. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to put it back. And I'll choose which ones I think are the most meaningful for me. And then I can always go here and look. Okay. So I'm going to hit this and expand it. Now this is a really useful one. Now you're doing your work here and you come back here and you're like, oh yeah, I want to see different forums. Oh, I want to see my choices. You choose. Okay, and here's latest announcements. That's probably important. I think I'm going to put that back. And I can also expand it. And for me, that might be enough. I don't really care about that one so much. Upcoming events. Well, that's good. That's good because I like watching the videos and I sometimes forget. But I don't need a full view of that. Okay, and let's keep on going. My portfolio. I don't really use my portfolio so much, so I don't know about it. But one of the things I found is that I had 10 tabs, if you remember, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I put 7, 8, 9. So I don't know if I'm actually seeing all of them. So I might put the comments back. You know, I don't use the comments so much, but it's great because I could sit here. Let's say I want to remember something. I could say, where is my 10th block hiding? Okay, I can save my comment. And actually, it shows here. Everyone can see it, I think. But maybe someone will answer me while I'm working, and I don't have to go all the way up to support and go all the way backwards there to try to get my information. Online users, it's not that important to me, but if I want to, I can put it up there. People's not important. The YouTube channel, I don't know. I don't really use it, but maybe I should try it because I don't use it. Maybe it will make it easier for me. But if you ask me, I kind of feel like for me to do my course, I need to look at the assignments and to remind myself of announcements, but I don't need to see every single one. And upcoming events. I like to see this stuff. But again, I like to have it clean and crisp. So that's kind of how I would like it, okay? Because I'm using what's useful to me. The teacher gave me at least 10 blocks to use, and I can decide how much I want to see of each one, and I can explore each, which I encourage you to do. But there's another thing, is we talked about blocks being on the margins. But if you go to the very bottom of the page, I see hiding a gray box, which means it's a block. Now, if you look here carefully, there is no arrow to the left, no expand. And in fact, the title is Administration. And I don't know exactly who the administrator is and how it works, but I'm guaranteeing you that only people who administer this get to be involved in this block, although I could unenroll me. And it says question bank, questions, export. Here it goes again. I'm not going to do that right now, okay? But upcoming events, I'm not really sure where we are here. I'm just going to go back to the course and oh, you know what? That might have been the one that was missing. I don't know. But this is how I like to do it, okay? You choose how you want to do it. This is how I like to do it. And in the few remaining times, I'm actually going to go into Nellie's YouTube channel and see how that works, because I see that I probably could go in here. Like, I really have a question about blogging on Moodle. Let's see, I didn't write it on, but now I see blogs on Moodle, export post to blog on Moodle, move Moodle using the blog. I want to find out about a specific thing. Adding an external blog on Moodle. You see, now I never used this before, but if I do begin to use it, I probably will lessen my confusion, because this was something I had a question on. And here it's 4 years ago. It doesn't appear on the course. When I go into week 3 and I look under blogging on Moodle, I'm getting how to embed a video, but that has nothing to do with blogging. And I'm getting export post to blog. Well, that wasn't my question. But if I had come up here, and look at that, it's not appearing here. It's not appearing here, but I want to get to that tab over there. It's interesting. On this page, it doesn't seem that I get the choice of 10 tabs. But if I go back just to plain weak